Okay. Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to MrBlurry's welcome. How's everybody doing? Hello Fred Rye, hello Shade Sable. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to MrBlurry's. Today joining me is Caecus. Hello.
Hello, everyone. It's so nice to see you all today. Hey Shade, hey Fred. Nice to see you again.
How are you doing today?
It's a fantastic day. I'm getting interviewed. That's good news on all departments, all regards.
Is this your first time getting interviewed?
You know, my tweet may have suggested it, but yes, absolutely is.
Oh, okay. I did not know that. Yeah, well...
And honestly, I love the attention so much. How could I not be having the time of my life?
We all like that. Also, I would just like to preface this with, feel free to talk over me, because this is technically an interview, but it's a very, very, very casual setting.
Oh, naturally. Okay,
so,
thank
yeah.
you.
So there's no like, feel free to talk over me and all that kind of stuff. There's no like bars held against that kind of stuff.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. Zatsudan with questions is how I like to call
Zatsudan with questions.
Blurry
That's a good way to think of it.
Yeah. So how's your day been so far? You've told me that's good, but how's it so far?
So far, honestly, my morning, I was working a lot on some future projects, some of which you guys might show you eventually, as well as, you know, playing Minecraft for an unreasonable amount of time.
Oh, wait, do you have your server, like your own server?
Yes, the YoCast server that we, Amity and Itzy are live on right now.
Oh. I see. Oh, okay. Oh, that's actually really cool having your own server.
It is. It's kind of nice because I trust everyone on there naturally, and you know it has its goal. It has its purpose.
I think Minecraft is one of those things that everyone can just hop on. Like, it's one of those games like survival games where, regardless whether you're playing like Ark or Don't Starve or something like that, it's one of those games you can hop on and off stream as well. It doesn't matter whether you're on stream or not. You can just chill there. Eh?
Yeah, that's the rough thing though, about like gaming is sometimes I'm like, damn, I really want to play this game, but it's a streaming game. Sometimes I just want to play Hitman, and I'm like, no, save it.
Wait, are there games that you don't want to play on stream?
Oh yes, absolutely. I'll make a list. Overwatch 2, Overwatch 2, Overwatch 2.
Why Overwatch 2?
I have a problem with Overwatch, man. Oh god. Back in the day, back in the day.
Yeah.
When Overwatch 1 was coming out. Well, had come out, I guess. I was huge into it. I was actually like a big Lucio player.
Ah, I see.
And I had a friend who played on a pro team. Like, they went to Vegas.
Oh. God
and
damn.
he would bring he really liked my play, so he would bring me into scrims.
Oh.
And oh my god, because of that and because of everything, I became so toxic. Like esports player who's bad at the game toxic.
Oh no.
Because I'm not good anymore.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was way too addicted. Oh god, I can't tell you how much I spent on skins.
And now they're all gone. Now they're all gone.
Thanks, Overwatch. Glad you released a sequel and not a fucking update.
Yeah, why did they do that? Honestly, I feel like it's such a cash grab.
It's the most ridiculous cash grab. Like, if they were putting in a real proper campaign, I would be okay with it, but there's not.
Yeah, it's basically the same game, honestly, just with a different UI.
Yeah,
and a few extra characters, which could have been in the first game to begin with.
They could have just added them, done some actual balance, but instead they didn't balance the game and released a new one.
I think the thing that pisses me off the most is that they got rid of Overwatch 1.
Yes, I would like to play it, because it was... Wait, Overwatch 1 cost money, yes. Overwatch 1 cost money! I paid for that, and it's gone?
Yeah, it's gone. It's just gone.
Ridiculous. If I'm gonna play a free game, I'm gonna play TF2.
Oh. I don't know whether that shows age or not, but TF2 is a very, like,
It's
novel
for a
game.
specific crowd.
Yeah, it's very sort. Yes. It's.
I think the only people who still play TF2 are those of us who have been on the internet for far too long.
Back in my day, we used to play TF2 and slap people with fishes.
And I held a little sign that protected my beliefs about which anime was the best, and I sat in a corner and did nothing. It was the best game.
The amount of just fun value that you can get from just being absolutely stupid on TF2 is something else, though. Like, not even the gameplay.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous. I love that game. Should play it more. I know Romeo did it on stream recently, and Yocast has been in discussion regarding a possible special eventually, where like we open up a lobby and everyone who watches us can join in.
Ooh.
That could be very fun.
Oh, I see. I mean, I kind of. What do you think about actually viewer interactions? Because, oh, actually, I want to ask you a question before that. Also, hello, Murray.
Hi, Chibs.
What was the question? My suddenly. See, I told you. As
Viewer
soon as,
interactions.
Yes, that's right. Do you? Okay, because there's people who have a fan base but want to change it, and there's also people who have like a fan base and like they're satisfied with it. How do you think you would go about, or do you think like you're satisfied with your current fan base, and how would you go about changing it if you weren't?
Oh, I'm extremely satisfied. We have like a handful, a decent handful now, of like really dedicated people that, like seeing Fred and Shade here is, I'm like, yeah, of course, because you guys are always here, and that's like, to me, it's not about like high numbers. It's not about like, well, I would like them, but
yes,
that's not what it's about.
Yeah,
it's
that's
about
true.
the fact that there's even like just a few people who make me a part of their day. I would never want to change that. Like, I love seeing them every day. I love seeing them in the chat every day. I love the love.
It is really nice. I think. Oh, this is a fun one because I think a lot of people on Twitch have older viewer bases compared to YouTube. I've noticed.
It's true.
And I find that really interesting because does that change the where you stream sometimes, or has that ever changed where you stream, or do you get the same like either way?
Okay, that's an interesting one. I don't notice that too much right now, because like I said, honestly, it's a group of very much, you know, the same like 15 or so people. And I'll see them on Twitch and YouTube. Very complimented they're willing to transition between platforms with me.
Oh, that's true. That's definitely true.
But I do notice I tend to, when I started, I really preferred YouTube because like that's what I was familiar with. But as I get into it, I find Twitch to be more and more fulfilling.
Right.
I think just because their algorithm's better. And I get to meet new people through Twitch more often than I get to through YouTube.
That is true.
You know,
that is true. With raid systems and all that, yeah.
Exactly.
Although, once we get to 1,000, you know, once we get to 1,000, we can raid on YouTube too. So, you know.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, guys.
Okay, guys,
we gotta work on it.
Caecus to 1,000. Yay! Thank you.
Yeah, one day.
One day. I mean, it's not like a goal that's unachievable as well. It's a realistic goal. So I think we'll get there one day.
No, I absolutely believe it. That's one thing with like management makes sure to tell us all the time is like, look, people like you guys. You're gonna make it.
Yeah, but okay. That's that's because people do.
It's true. It's true.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, yeah, it's true. As you said, it's true. So there's, you know, I see no problem with it.
No, of course not. It's just the desire to bring your content to more people, you know what I mean? And like that's the most, at the heart of it. That's I think at least why and I think why a lot of content creators do this is, it's well, obviously I love what I do and I'd love to be able to do it full time, which requires, financial situations and all that. I can't say that's the sole reason. You know what I mean?
I get that.
Like seeing people's reactions and knowing like that you've become important, that you can make someone's day better just through yourself. That's what it's really about to me.
I think that's definitely true. What would you say, like, how would you try and reach a bigger viewer base, though? Because you did mention that before. You said you wanted to reach as, like, a bigger viewer base. What do you think? Yeah, what actions would you take?
I need to thirst trap harder. I'm not trying hard enough. Right now, my shirt's still on in this interview, which means that,
there
like...
we go.
I'm not trying hard enough.
Okay, well, if you're... I'm just gonna go invisible fully, then.
No, I'll put it back on. Wait. There was no Twitch.
Wait.
Hello, Galaxy.
Wait. Oh. Hey, come on. Do you see stream right now?
Yep, I'm watching.
Yeah.
Are you going invisible? Where?
Yeah. You can't see me?
No, I can see you. That's the thing why you're not invisible.
Wait, you can only see my face though, right?
No, I can see your whole bod.
Wait, what?
Oh, wait. Yeah, for some reason.
That's weird.
Invisibility can be tricky. I'm very familiar with it.
Oh wait, it's showing just fine on my screen. Oh, what I was doing was I went invisible so that yeah, okay, everyone else can see it for some reason. That's weird.
I swear I'm watching the stream, but it also might be like delays or whatever that make it weird.
That's true, it might be delayed, especially since like you're streaming OBS Ninja to me as well.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, no, to grow, I think I definitely need to thirst trap harder. And probably one thing that the company has recently approved for me is a fund for hiring an editor would be a good idea.
Oh, I see.
I've been approved for some funds for that. So I'm probably going to start putting out more shorts soon.
Ooh, okay. I'm not gonna lie, I also have an editor.
Jealous. I need to find the right one.
I can help you find... I can recommend you my editor if you want, but I'm not sure whether they 100% like match with your style. We'll see. We can talk about that off stream.
Yeah. Talk about that off stream.
Is there anything you're planning to do in terms of... Oh wait, I guess this is a bit confidential, but like music and art?
In terms of music and like projects essentially, right?
Yeah.
Yes, there's quite a few that I have on the backlog. I've spoken lightly of in the past. Some people in chat will be very familiar. But one thing I really want to work on, because in my spare time, off stream and all that, I do a lot of I'm a writer by trade.
Oh, I see.
So I'd like to write a YoCast visual novel.
Oh.
Yeah. And Amity, our lovely Miss Nemero, has said she would be totally down with drawing the visuals for it. If you've seen her art on Twitter.
I have. Her artwork's amazing.
Yeah, genuine talent.
Okay, one thing, I've said this before, but I love music. I can do music fine. If you want me to mix, I'm not good at it, but I can mix. If you want me to compose, I can do it. If you want me to draw, I can't draw to save my life.
No, I can't draw to save my life either. I can write. That's my talent.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
What I can do.
To each their own, because everyone has like a different skill. But oh my god, art is not my thing.
I've been taking singing lessons, because they want me to. But I absolutely fucking suck still. So.
I get that.
Maybe one day. I know we actually got in contact with a producer for the company did for our debut video, if you've seen that.
Oh, I have actually haven't.
Oh, really?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's on the YoCast official channel.
Oh,
like,
okay.
honestly, dude.
It's
pretty good.
I've seen all of your debuts, but I haven't actually seen the debut video.
It's like a trailer. It's a teaser. It's all animated and like hand drawn and all this, and then with a custom song.
Oh,
He also hooked me up with my BGM, which I still use to this day.
Oh, I see. Oh, this one.
Yeah,
Oh,
the haunted house debut.
Yes. I think I did see this, like, just like passing by, but I never clicked on it, I don't think.
That's right.
Oh, it looks really good. I'll definitely check it out after the stream. I want to see what it's all about.
We're pretty proud of it. We were pretty proud of it.
I think one thing I wanna say is production value in something like this is really weird because I think it's really nice to do as much of a project as you can yourself, but then again you also can't sacrifice quality for just doing it yourself, depending on
it's
how
so
good you are.
true.
It's a very weird balance, and I still haven't gotten to the part where I'm completely satisfied with how I do things with it.
I absolutely get that, and it's genuinely why I'm always glad to be corpo in a sense.
Right.
is I have people who think those thoughts for me. you know what I mean? Those people who are all businessy, they do that stuff. They just tell me what to do.
I mean, yeah, if it works, it works.
Yeah.
If you don't have a brain, just get someone else's brain.
Exactly. I can focus on just, being me.
I mean, to be fair, being yourself it's not hard to do, but it's very, what's the word?
It gets lost.
It does.
Once you hit that start stream button.
Yes, it really does. It really does. And I think the more you talk with other people, the more your personality shifts to other people as well. I said this before on stream, but I'm one of those people which adapt to whoever I'm talking to, and I find that sometimes a problem because who is me then? Who is you?
No, I absolutely get that, because you can, because to some degree, they're always getting the real cases, but to some degree, obviously I'm not doing this much as I walk through my house. I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, continue.
Okay, I do want to ask you actually, have you ever just walked around your house and then one day's you know what, I'm gonna practice talking, and then you just talk to yourself around your house? Have you ever done that?
Yes, but I typically keep it to my office just because all of YoCast lives together, and if they catch me, doing that, they're gonna make fun of me.
They're never gonna let it go, I see. Oh, that's a really nice environment though. Oh.
It's a great one. We're all constantly feeling lucky about it.
I wonder
for as long as it can.
I wonder if STYGIAN one day can do that. We'll see.
Took some setup.
I would imagine it would take some setting up, yeah. It would definitely take a lot of effort to get everyone together, especially if, you're not originally together.
Yeah, there was some degree of challenge to that, but we worked around it. That was the thing, is everyone's really, I think it comes through on our streams, but everyone's really passionate about what we're doing here.
Definitely.
And, so it wasn't that hard, but once we all decided we're doing this, it was just a matter of finishing up. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I do actually have a question about your group and all. How much about the audition process are you allowed to talk about?
The audition process, well, hunting monsters is such a challenge. No, getting everyone to join as part of it, it was an interesting process because auditions were very much so organized Okay, so here's actually something I can definitely talk about.
Ooh.
Is one thing I can say for sure is I originally wasn't brought in as a talent.
Oh.
Yeah, no. I knew the management as it were and the funders as they were, and they wanted me as management originally. So in terms of the vision and goals of YoCast, I've been in on the ground floor. And then past that, it's like, oh yeah, I know this spider who I think would be really cool to have on with
Oh, I
us.
see.
And yeah. Which is why I kind of got the title leader of YoCast, because I'm, the only voice. I'm the only person whose face you'll see or not see.
Not see, yeah. I was about to say, where's that face out there? Wait, let me
But
just.
that's
There you go.
that was a huge joke at the start because they were like, "Oh yeah, you're the invisible manager."
Oh my god. I mean, to be fair, that's not wrong. That's
You
not.
know?
It's a bit like Tim's, isn't it?
I don't know what their situation is.
Oh,
as
really?
much.
I see.
But yeah, no. Now I'm in no management at all. They've completely taken the reins and they yell at me all the time.
sounds like a treat.
And the other members are like, Caecus, a few months ago, you were the one telling us not to be yabai on stream, and now look at you.
And now you're the one doing it.
Yeah. Look, I know what buttons I can push, guys. I know what I'm allowed to do.
I see buttons I can push, and I push all of them. Not that
Whether I know my limits.
I mean, I know my limit. I know my limits too. Yeah, limits. What are those?
Yeah, that's the way of it, though. Well, that's like that's kind of the nature of it. I'm sometimes like jealous of like indie, like true indie VTubers, because we're like indie corpo, I think is the word a lot of people have used for us. Because we are like there's a company, there's money, there's people who make calls and who can fire me.
Right. Right, I see.
But so like, it's a little bit out of our hands in that sense. But we are so small, so like indie corpo is the word I see used a lot. And that's why I get jealous of like true indies sometimes, because I don't know, they get to have all the fun in the world. I can't tell you what I would do without the reins.
That is true. The freedom definitely is a benefit. Although, to be fair, I as we said off stream, STYGIAN is a group of people who basically want to join like agencies eventually in the future. And I think part of my reason for that is because the sense of family you get with your gen mates. That's not something you can really get as a indie. Not
no, it's
100%,
true.
At least not.
It's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. In terms of like, yes, please.
How do you feel about that? Like,
well, in terms of like my gen mates, I'm grateful for them every day. It's a bond, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it is a true, like real bond in a sense, where like, I don't know, I know they always have my back, and I know that I'll always have theirs. There's something genuinely special about that, in a sense where like, yeah, I have these people who know exactly what the experience is like, who are all in the exact same place, and who I can always count on. It's special.
I do want to ask though,
Mm-hmm.
and this is obviously out of your hands, but is it possible for new members?
For YoCast?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Ooh, you hear that, guys? You hear that, guys?
They've set, we have to reach a number before they can reasonably fund another gen, because like it costs money.
It does. That's undeniable.
But if we grow to a certain point, like there is a lot of talk. I know they've sent me on a couple hunting missions for a couple of different possible monsters.
Ooh, really?
Mm-hmm. If I say names, they will take away streaming privileges for more than a week.
Okay, we won't push that any further because I don't want you to get bonked by management.
What I can say is, I know there's some rumors of old one beings. Oh, that's too much. I'm in so much trouble.
Look, I don't know what that is, but I don't know what you're talking about. So, and it was never heard
Good.
of.
Then I'm in the realm of deniability.
And you know what? They're probably not listening to the stream, right? So we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
We'll be fine?
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. There's no, you're not liable for anything. As long as, look, it's my stream, right? It's my stream. So
it's true. It's true. It's true. It's true. They can't get mad at me for like that, right?
Yeah, no.
That'd be ridiculous.
No. Then next minute you get a ping. Hey, we just want to talk. Oh my god!
I fucking knew it.
Oh well. Would you look at that?
I fucking knew it.
Well,
I fucking knew they would.
Oh, would you look at that?
They're always there. They're always watching.
Well, I tried. There was an attempt, and it was not the most successful. Yeah. Well, good luck.
They can't get rid of me. I'm still minorly popular.
Oh, there we go. We got more shit to deal with. Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Well, I wish you the best of luck in that.
Yeah. They're not as mean as they come across in chat.
No, yeah.
I'm their favorite one to tease.
Are you their favorite one to tease, or are they your favorite one to tease?
It's a two-way relationship.
Mutual.
It's a mutual teasing ship, as I have with every single person I work with, except Romeo, of course.
Why specifically not Romeo?
He can't be teased. I've tried.
So it's not.
He's the cutest little being I've ever seen.
Oh, so it's not that you don't want to, but you just can't.
Yeah, you're just like, you can just tease him and be like, hello, and he just does that.
Oh.
He's a little cutie. I can't be upset at him.
Oh, that's adorable.
He's very innocent.
Yes.
Yeah.
I definitely want to get to know about you. I'm gonna like hop into your guys' streams more and more often because I wanna. Oh, actually, there was one thing. Let me type this in chat. Not chat. Discord.
Let me make sure I have that up and ready.
Give me a second.
Ooh.
Yeah, that. I don't
Thank
type
you.
very fast. I don't type very fast, Chiefs. Like, whenever you're on YouTube, I always say Murray. I don't know why. It's just because it's the first thing that I see. I don't say Chips, I say Murray. I don't know.
For some reason, yeah, I always say Chibs, even though I probably should be saying Mirai or Murray.
Murray? How's it pronounced? It's the type of. Like,
I've watched her stream so many times. How do I not know this?
It's the type of.
Because everyone
eel,
calls
right?
it Chibs.
Yeah, everyone just calls it Chips. So I don't know.
So much love to you, Chips. By the way.
Love you, Chips. More.
That makes sense.
Oh, so we were both wrong. Rip.
That makes so much sense. Why have I never figured that out?
A moray eel. Oh, I see.
Yeah. No, that makes...
Yeah.
I know. I've always just called it Chibs.
Cause it's easy to remember. It's a cute name, and it's nice.
It's true. It's a delightful name for a delightful person.
Aww. Oh god, one thing. Thanks, Chips. Thank you. One thing I'm very curious about is how did you come to be?
Like my origin story, my birth.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite ones to tell because it always makes people feel weird. I wasn't, and then I was, and I was naked in a dark room, entirely invisible. In the year 1900.
Are you naked
true.
if you're invisible?
Am I invisible if I'm naked? Yeah, if I take off all my clothes, I'm not here, baby.
But does that make you naked though? Because you're invisible.
See, I'm glad someone has finally asked that question. I've been thinking it since day one. Everyone else says to me, Caecus, your dick's out. Of course you're naked. And I say, no, because you're not seeing anything, are you?
It's like, you're not covered up, but you're not covered up. The whole point of covering something up is so that you don't see anything, but you don't see anything anyways.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
So what's with that? What's are you?
I agree with you. I think that when I walk around in my most comfortable state, we'll say, around the Ocast house, they're very unreasonable for being upset at me. If anything, I'm causing less of a disturbance.
You know what? I think that's perfectly justified. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Thank you. Thank you.
Be free. Be free, Caecus.
Thank you. See, I'm glad to have someone on my side. I've been scared to bring it up because I didn't think anyone would agree with me.
I mean, look, I think it's perfectly justified. Look, if someone splashes paint on you, like Chip said, that's a different story.
Then you'll get a show.
Yeah, that's a different story. That is a different story. Also, why would you do... Well, there's many reasons why you would do that.
They've been asking to splash paint on me since day one. Since I think my debut, it has been their plan.
I would be curious. I'm not gonna lie. I would be curious as well.
I'm about what I look like.
Yeah.
Oh, my eyes, they're bluish, brownish, greenish, reddish color. You know. My hair is like longish, shortish, medium. With a bit of blonde, a bit of red, a bit of black. You know, a bit, kind of that. Yeah.
You're rainbow. You're rainbow.
No.
That would
definitely
make sense
not.
because we splashed.
No, my hair is one defined color, and it's just kind of blondish, blackish, reddish, brownish. You know?
Yeah. One defined color. Keyword
that's
being
kind of
one. One. What? Oh god, that would be so weird. Actually, I was looking at a tutorial on how to draw, and oh my god, the amount of rainbow hair that you can, the amount of like rainbow that you can do with rainbow. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying. Don't ask me. Don't ask me what I'm saying. Look,
That's fair.
My brain freezes like an ice block whenever I get on stream. I've said this before and I've said it again, but oh my god, it's just I've become a different person.
No, that's so valid, man. It's so valid. Yocast all has like at least some arts experience, you know, artistic monsters. So I think have a little bit more like a little less performance anxiety than I think most people. That tends to come to our advantage. But even then, you know, I'll never forget debut. We were shaking.
Ooh, I can't imagine. What was it like?
Well, honestly, it was. It was right up until you hit you hit start stream. I wanted to quit.
Really? It was that
Yeah,
bad,
I was
huh?
terrified. I'm like, oh god, they're not gonna like my voice. They're gonna.
Your voice is
they're not
amazing.
gonna like my
What do you
personality.
mean? Your voice is amazing. What do you mean? I love it.
Thank you. I'm still not used to hearing people say that. It just like is like, I don't know. I've never been. I've always been like, I guess I don't know, but honestly, a lot of people seem to like it, which I like that people like it. That's about me.
Okay, the thing I like about your voice is like kind of like smugness at the end of your words.
I don't think I can get rid of that.
And you shouldn't. Yeah. And you shouldn't. So, like, say literally any word.
Okay. Oh wait, that was one.
Yeah, well, there you go. See that like little like slightly descending sound at the end. I love it. I don't know how to describe it, but it's so fun. It's great.
I'm glad. I know a lot of like one thing, like I guess this isn't like talking down on other VTubers, I want to say that. But it's a lot of like, I think a lot of deep voice boys like myself tend to hit the monotone a little bit more than I do.
Yeah.
Which is great. It sounds amazing. And that's like, once again, really not an insult. It's just a style.
Of course, of course.
But that's something I really didn't want for myself because I am like an expressive person.
Actually, I do want to ask about that as well. What kind of streamer do you think you are? Like, because we trying not to categorize too much, but still wanting to get like a general idea, especially for those on my side who want to go watch your streams. What kind of vibes do you think you have?
Like to name like a similar VTuber, or to be like, because YoCast in general is, see, people call me Yabai, they do, and I've said 2 words. I've said the name of male genitalia twice on stream, only twice, which is pretty impressive.
Wait, didn't you say this time? Didn't you say this time?
Yes, this is like the 2nd time.
Oh, okay. Hey, I got Casey's 2nd time.
But yeah, you call me Yabai, y'all. You call me Yabai. And in comparison to the rest of YoCast, I think that's true. I think that's true. But in comparison to like a lot of VTubers, I'm a good boy. I'm a very good boy.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see on that one. We'll see on that one. No comment on that one just yet.
But yeah, in terms of style of streamer, I don't know. I always like to in terms of like likening myself, I always like to look to as my sort of idols, in a sense. Idols, would be like the Hololive JP girls.
God, just specifically one girl.
If I could pick one to be the most like, maybe, but like as well as the boys, the Hololive JP boys. But just how JP runs itself in terms of the style of content it produces and the very specific vibe it gives. That's kind of what it's kind of what the golden zone I'm trying to hit. Right.
Actually, I want to ask you, like, what kind of do you speak any other languages? I know this is very off topic, but it's what I had in mind.
Absolutely not. I wish. I've taken some Japanese in the past. But God, it's been like a year since I practiced. I practiced it for streaming, and then I don't use it.
What do you mean you practiced it for streaming?
Oh, just because like since you know the style of content I wanted to the demographics, I guess one could say, I was looking to appeal to. I'm like, I better practice Japanese. But I guess you could never truly predict. Like she speaks Russian, right?
Yeah.
To some degree, pretty good degree. And we thought she would get like a lot of Russian people in her chat because of that. But it's actually come where she's getting a lot of Spanish-speaking people in her chat. So now she's having to learn Spanish.
That's interesting, huh?
It's weird. And at the end of the day, like 100% is I just want to connect with my audience.
Yeah. Huh. What language do you want to learn apart from Japanese if you had to pick one?
I had to pick one. Oh God, this is the worst answer. Latin. Just because it's the most pretentious one.
English too. Actually, English is 0. Beta testing English.
Yeah, English, the heart of all romantic languages. I would like to speak it just because, like, then I could say Latin quotes and stream properly. I know it's like a dead language, so it doesn't really exist, but I want to.
It's one of those languages where It feels like spell making almost. It's one of those not like exotic languages, but those languages where they don't have a use, but they sound really like. They sound like what you would hear if someone made up a witchcraft.
Well, yeah, J.K. Rowling just stole half of the fucking words.
Yeah, exactly. So it's one of those really like fancy languages.
Exactly, and I think it would sort of suit my smug, pretentious attitude.
Lex Judica. Wait, what? Lex Judicata. What is that?
Modus operandi.
I know what modus operandi is. That's like how someone operates.
Yeah.
What's Lex Judicata? Judicata? Judy.
I have no idea.
Judge Judy Sada?
The language of law?
Huh.
The language of justice is my guess.
Oh.
But yes, in case anyone knows, my first name is Latin. That's also part of why I need to learn it.
Wait, what does it mean?
Caecus. It means to be blind.
That's kind of that's an interesting. I mean.
Yeah, Yocast picked it for me. Like I said, they found me in a dark cave naked. So.
Oh. So who's the blind one here? That's what I want to know.
That's the fun question, isn't it? Was it a really mean name?
Yeah. Who is the blind one? I mean, to be fair, you can swap it around and say that it's everyone else because they can't see you.
It's true. You're all blind to me.
Now, next time you say you're all dead to me, no. You're all blind.
You're all blind.
You're all blind.
Which sounds like the coolest fucking villain line from a movie.
Does it?
I would say so. Wait. Let me get ready. You're all blind to me. See? I think you could make it work.
I think it only works in your voice.
Well, Hollywood, if you want to use that line, you know who to call.
Ghostbusters. Wait, what? Actually, what species are you? Like, are you?
I'm human.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to my knowledge. Based on Romeo's studies, of my organs as best as he can do, they seem to be human organs.
Huh. How does that work?
Dyes.
Dyes?
He'll inject me with medical dye when I need medical procedure.
Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you have been splashed with paint, just indirectly.
Yes, actually. But honestly, my body seems to reject it. It lasts far less longer in me. So he thinks it's magic, but I don't care.
That is a villain line. He thinks it's magic, but I don't care. Now that is a villain line.
Oh, I'll save that. Oh, I wanted to say one project I had. You asked what if I wanted to do in the future, way back when, and it just came to mind because I actually was thinking about this before the stream.
Ooh.
That I really wanted to share. I really want to do ASMR.
Ooh. I think that would be a really nice thing for your voice as well.
That's what people seem to want it. So I want to do an ASMR, and in my spare time, as the invisible man working for Yocast. Before I'm a VTuber, I'm secret agent Caecus Griffin, naturally. So I would like to give a interrogation ASMR to share my work with you all.
Oh, I'm so hyped for that. I am pumped. Look, I'm not one into ASMR, but I really like the concepts that people come up with and how they play it out. So I'm really excited for that, actually.
Yeah, I've been really wanting to do it. I've been working on the script.
Ooh. Oh, that's right. You write your own scripts, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Got to script out every stream, make sure it comes out top tier.
Actually, I've heard a lot of corporate VTubers do this for their debut, but they did you script out your debut?
Oh yeah, we all did.
All right. Did you have
scripts were tested against each other,
Oh. Did you have palm
not
card
perfectly
kind of
scripted?
Did you have palm card or sticky note kind of scripts?
It was like I would call it like, yeah, cards in a sense.
Ah.
It's true, Chibs. You're scripted too. Thank you for participating. Um,
Paid
um,
actors.
glad to have all these actors here. Yeah. No, it was like you have to hit these notes. You have to hit these things in this order at this time. And you have to do it within X amount of time, because we were all right after each other.
Oh, right.
So it was a very like planned, you have to hit your notes dealio. And even then I fucked up. I didn't showcase my model.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no, I totally forgot to like showcase myself in a sense where like I took off my shirt, showed what all the magic
right, like
glasses
full body
can
and
do.
all that. Right.
I guess I mean like I forgot to model for you all.
Would you like to do it now?
No, I did it recently. Everyone saw. I took off my shirts, showed that, you know, if I wait, let me imagine you all saying nice things to me so that I blush. Oh, I'm blushing for you all. Oh.
But
And you know, sometimes I get sometimes, you know, they say some things to me and they're rather cruel, so it makes me sad.
Oh, I see. Oh.
And I can, you know, if I'm being very heartfelt, I like to put my hand on my
You have a hand.
And if I think the time is necessary, I can always take the gloves off for you. But I'll keep them on for now, chat.
Wait. What do you mean take them off?
Oh, is it not showing yet? Wait, let me lift my hand back up. Okay.
Yeah.
And there they're gone. Oh, I guess you can't see. It looks like my arm goes back down.
It just
on your
looks like it
screen.
goes back down. I mean.
If you see more, you see the hand, the glove.
Oh yeah,
comes
okay.
off.
I see it.
And I can also
Okay.
just readjust my posture a little, you know. No,
God, I need to readjust my posture as well. Jesus. Let me take a sip of my drink real quick as well. Hydration.
Glad you like the glove, Chips.
Oh
God, hydration's the hardest thing to remember, isn't it? While you're streaming?
You know, that's actually not a problem I have as a streamer. Like, everyone has that, except, like, I've heard, like, all my gen mates do. Everyone has that in my group. Everyone has it in my friend group. I never, like, I always just drink whenever I'm thirsty, because I talk a lot. Like, especially, like, on solo streams. I talk a lot, and I talk very fast. So, like, I run out of breath, and I'm like... And then I use that. Yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna get a hydration routine just so y'all can remind me. Like my storytelling streams, I end up so parched by the end.
Hello, Eve. I mean, yeah. Wait, do you do your own like storytelling? Have you done a visual novel stream?
I haven't done a visual novel stream, and they're not my own stories yet. I want to write something of my own soon, but I read a lot of on stream like horror pieces, like The Telltale Heart, some H.P. Lovecraft, that kind of thing.
Oh, I see.
And I want to do a romance short story stream. Sometime soon.
Oh.
I really like Haruki Murakami, who is a brilliant author, and he wrote this amazing book that I want to pull some from.
I see. Huh. Do you have any other inspirations in terms of writing?
In terms of writing, my greatest inspirations. That's a really good question. I like that one. Honestly, the one that always comes to mind for me is particularly if I'm working in the genre of horror, would be Stephen King. Which is a pretty easy answer, but it's just because I like his specific atmospheres, like the small town vibes. You know what I mean?
Are you into British cozies then?
British cozies?
Yeah.
No, I don't know what that is.
Oh, okay. You know, like those like Agatha Christie and like those like detective stories where it's all like entrapped in a tight space.
I do like those. Yes, I do. Another probably my biggest influence in how I write would be Kurt Vonnegut.
Oh, I see.
I'm a big fan of Vonnegut. I really like Vonnegut's work.
I don't know much about him, but I know a few works he's like done, but I haven't read any.
Slaughterhouse 5. That's the one you really need to, in my opinion. Who else do I really pull from? And a couple of like smaller authors. I don't think many people would know whose names are escaping me.
Including you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm my greatest inspiration, of course. It's an infinite well that pulls from itself.
Lovely.
But yeah, that's what I would have to say. Yeah, probably at least those two. What have I read recently? I don't know. Why is it escaping me now? It's because I'm streaming.
I'm telling you, it's not even nervousness or anything like that. As soon as I hit that start button, I'm just like, yeah, right, okay. Yeah, what?
Right? Yeah, no, I so get that.
Like,
oh, wait, let me give it a look.
I don't think I get performance anxiety or anything like that. I'm not nervous or anything. I'm just like...
No, the brain shuts off.
Yeah, it does. It really does. I don't know why.
Yeah, it really does. But when I was just watching streamers, I was always like, ha 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 ha, fools.
Yeah, like,
yeah,
oh
my
god, I get that so much.
I'm like, damn, no, they smarter than me, though.
They're just like... I talk, and then I'm suddenly like... Wait, what was I talking about? And I go watch other people, and they talk, and then they stop for a bit, and I'm just and I'm just like, oh fuck, that's me.
Yeah, right. The brain will reset itself mid-sentence.
Oh, it's such a weird thing. I'd never had that happen to me until I started streaming as well.
No, it's such a thing. It's such a crazy thing. I'm trying to, like, my brain is just on books now, and I'm like, what is that book that I really enjoyed recently? I'm never gonna remember it.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't read a lot of books.
No, that's fair.
I'm a techno baby. I live
no,
in the
that's
world
like
of techno.
super fair. Well, that's like the thing too. Like, to speak on that a little bit. Like, I think it's so interesting right now because like I'm old school and boomer and all that jazz. And in a sense that I'm like, oh yeah, books. But it's like people don't give online content creation the respect it deserves in terms of an art form. You know what I mean? There's so many interesting like genres and mediums that have sprouted out of nowhere just due to the internet that are more powerful in so many ways. I think there's a reason that horror thrives online so much. And it's because for some reason, the medium of the internet, like between ARGs, streaming, all this jazz, it communicates horror, I would say, almost more efficiently than like even a book can.
I would agree with that to some extent though, because I think, okay, I'm the kind of person which doesn't like jump scares, not because they're surprising, but I feel like it's very cheap. I feel like it's a very cheap way to like incite horror.
Well, they're a tool. You know what I mean? Like they're a tool, like anything else. And like if you overuse them, they're going to lose their impact. It's like it seems to me like if the romance has too many ultra cute moments in it, like an ultra cute saccharine, ridiculously sappy moment, placed in the right moment at the right point in the story, sparingly, can be one of the most powerful moments of the book. But if you use them every handful of pages, it loses its impact, just like jump scares.
I never thought about it. I do agree with that, though. I definitely do agree with that. Huh.
There's just an over-reliance on them. And it's due to the mid-2000s trends in cinema that were started by, like, Paranormal Activity and Saw.
See, that's why I like written or, like, textual, like, when, content when it comes to horror. Because you can't relate to
Junji Ito.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, you can't do anything, like, you can't really exactly do a jump scare textually. It's like the atmosphere that you have to create.
I've seen it done in text once, and it was what's the name of that? What's the name of that? The Series of Unfortunate Events.
Oh, really? I haven't seen that.
When the lights go out, the entire page is black.
Oh.
Isn't that Isn't that cool? And that jump scared me a little when I was a younger Invisible Man, because just like all of a sudden it's pitch black, and it really sells you on that. And Junji Ito, I would say, actually does jump scares using like pages.
That is
honestly.
true. That is true. But I don't feel like.
'Cause-
Yeah. Okay. I definitely agree with you. It's not an over-reliant thing. Like he doesn't use it over-reliantly. It's very.
No, he uses it sparingly.
Yes. Yes. In very specific moments.
And he uses it in combination with other techniques. Like any technique, it won't stand alone. It's not powerful enough to. Very few, like, tropes, cliches, and tools in a writer's toolbox stand entirely on their own. And with Ito, he uses atmosphere, tension, and the literal fact you have to turn the page to control your emotional response, which is brilliant.
Oh, that's true. That's another thing about writing on like because you have to turn the page. There's also like that kind of suspense almost created.
Specifically in manga, it's really hard to get that effect in a novel.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Although it can be done, I think. It definitely can be done. Especially if it's
It's true.
like Geronimo Stilton kind of like... Wait, you know what Geronimo Stilton is, right?
That's the mouse, right?
Yeah. It's and like the text is all like funky and stuff sometimes.
Oh, you know what? Another one that did it quite well. Sorry to bring this up.
Oh.
House of Leaves. House of Leaves is brilliant at it.
I have not heard of House of Leaves. What is that?
Oh, it's like a surrealist horror piece where the form of the text begins to change as you read, getting more and more insane to match the environment that the story that is being told. It's brilliant, and it can never be adapted.
What do you think about like adaptations of like really good books into movies?
The art of adaptation is an interesting one in a sense, because it's best done. The best way to do it will always upset people, in my opinion. So like some of the best adaptations in recent memory would be okay, so there's two types, in my opinion. There's two types of adaptation that exist. There's ones that are meant to be an honest and clear retelling of the story people have become accustomed to.
Right.
And you'll see things like that in and even within that there's subcategories, and I want to get into that. This is a big question. I love this one. And then there is what I would call almost the inspirational adaptation. And you actually see this one particularly in regards to, it's very popular with Shakespeare plays.
Right.
Where you're not so much trying to create a one-to-one adaptation, but you're trying to reinterpret the material into the new media. And there'll usually be a blend of the two. So one of the most recent famous adaptations within our circles would probably be Chainsaw Man.
Right, it would be, yeah. I haven't actually watched it.
You need to. Sorry. And Chainsaw Man's absolutely brilliant in the sense that the way it chooses to adapt the manga is not one-to-one. There is a lot cut and a lot added. It is not a perfect retelling. And I think that's to the strength of the media, in a sense. Where, like in the manga, when power enters, it's sudden and it's spicy and it has a kick to it. But it's mostly, it's still a normal entrance in a sense. In the TV adaptation, she literally breaks the door open, which gives the same vibes, but it keeps that pace, that punch that the manga was able to do thanks to its format, since mangas can move so much quicker. Action literally happens in under a second in a manga, whereas in television you need to draw frames. So yeah, it's like, are you trying to adapt the vibes or are you trying to adapt it literally? That's always the question you need to return to. In terms of like, one thing I watched recently that's another adaptation was Tomo-chan wa Ononoko. And well, you should. It's actually pretty good. And I loved the manga. I was a huge fan of the manga. But I do have some problems with the adaptation because it adapts it all very literally. It's very functional.
Right.
There's a scene early on where June pushes Mizuzu into the rain because she says something that annoys him. In the manga, it is pure comedy. In the show, it's actually quite angsty because they draw the frames of him pushing. They don't just cut from them standing next to each other to her standing in the rain. You know what I mean? So it's this push and there's this stumble, and it makes the entire scene more awkward because of it. So it's like that is the much more literal adaptation than Power opening the door and yelling versus Power kicking it down. But I would say it fails in the sense because it does not capture the true intention of the original artwork. And you can also see this in like Jurassic Park. The movie adaptation is much different than the book. But it captures so much more of the initial intentions of the novel because of that, because it understands the difference in medium.
That's a very weird thing to work around, differences in medium, because there's a lot of forms of content, not just like in terms of like streaming or like online content creation sphere, but there's like books, texts, movies, videos, animations, all sorts of different kind of stuff. And I think converting between the two, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but I think it needs to be done well to be even decent, I think.
Yeah, it's hard to adapt, right? Because
Definitely.
like you're not making something that already exists. If you go in with the mentality of I need to remake this in its new medium, you're gonna fail every time because it's impossible. You need to always go in with I am making something new, and it's gonna have to fundamentally be different. So like Chainsaw Man is a perfect example of this. A lot of people quite famously weren't happy with it and actually like put a petition forward to get it made by a different studio. They're wrong. That's fine. That's up to them to be wrong. But the people who are making it, their interpretation of the material focused on the emotional intimacy. It focused on the quiet. It focused on the mundane and the domestic. Meanwhile, a lot of people focused on the bombastic, the insaneness of, you know, a guy with a chainsaw for a head, and these crazy fight scenes and the devil powers and all that. But the show itself actually really sidelines all that in favor of making toast, walking down the street together, these small intimate moments that it was much more in line with how I interpreted the media. It's much more in line with my reading of it. So I enjoyed it. But yeah, so when you go in, you have to find what themes essentially you want to attach to and how you're going to communicate those themes when adapting. Yeah, so you're trying to remake a vibe essentially rather than the material itself, I would say.
Yeah, I never thought about it that way. I would say that's definitely true. That to get the vibe is the more important thing.
Because you can do a one-to-one adaptation, but if it doesn't feel like the source material, if it doesn't give you the same, like, and to speak to Harry Potter a little bit, just a bit, the first movie does that. It captures that sense of magic that so many people felt, you know?
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't actually watched Harry Potter either.
Oh, you don't need to now.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, ASMR Caecus talks about writing. Maybe one day. I go on endlessly about it, honestly.
Look, because here's the thing about Blurry Lounges. It's a way for everyone to talk about their interests, and like you can put it in the background because it's purely about like things that you can learn from as well. So this is really nice. I really like the way that this is laid out.
No, I agree. This is a delight. I'm having a great time. Are you kidding? This is the type of things these are the type of questions, you know, you sit on your porch and go, I wish someone would ask me that question one day so I could answer it.
have a nice conversation over. I was about to say convo, Jesus Christ, I'm Aussie. Have a nice little conversation about over a bit of tea and biscuits and stuff.
Or, you know, some very spicy tea as we are drinking.
Yes, very spicy. Have you ever been
very
drunk on
spicy?
stream? Have you ever been drunk on stream?
I've been close. It's like, oh, this might get personal. I've never actually shared this on stream before.
Oh.
But it's the right time to talk about it. It takes a lot for me to get drunk because I have quite the history with alcohol, to say the least. In a sense. So I not only do have to make sure I pace myself, but there's certain things I just can't drink anymore because it brings me right back to a place I am not allowed to go anymore.
Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm. So that's why if YoCast ever sees me, YoCast, we'll get drunk together every now and then. Like I said, I just can't anymore. I can't drink fast enough to get drunk anymore.
Really? Not fast?
Not unless it's pure hard liquor, which if it's pure hard liquor, I'm in a bad space.
Yeah, that sounds about right, yeah.
I have to mix myself a cocktail.
What's your favorite cocktail?
Old fashioned.
Oh.
Actually, there's another one. I had it once while traveling. It's Canadian. So I haven't been able to get it here.
Oh, wait, what is it?
It has a weird ingredient. It's like a Bloody Mary, but better.
Oh, you've got very different tastes. Like, you've got, like, very polarizing tastes. You're, like, there's like, whatchamacallit, very, like, hard on alcoholic drinks. And then there's those, like, very fruity ones, like Bloody Mary.
Is Bloody Mary fruity? I guess it is. Yeah, I like a Bloody Mary. Canadians, they have this thing. It's called a Caesar, I think.
That's ironic.
Right? And it's exactly like a Bloody Mary, but they put clam juice in it.
Clam?
It's so good.
Huh.
Oh, I also like a Moscow Mule, but right now, old fashions, number one.
Mm. Yeah, I'm definitely into those more like sweet. Look, I have a sweet tooth. I'm more into like millionaires and that kind of stuff. Very, very. Basically, if alcohol was a soft drink, kind of alcohol.
No, that's so valid though. Honestly, like people get on about that kind of thing, right? But a drink is a drink is a drink.
Yeah, exactly. Don't judge my taste in alcohol. I like them. They let me get drunk, and they also are sweet, and I'm just fine with that.
Look, chat, don't knock it till you try it. Clam juice in a Bloody Mary is phenomenal. It's so good.
Wait, is clam juice a thing exclusive to Canada? Is that the ingredient?
No. They have a weird mix they use. I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, right.
It's like a clam tomato juice mix, I think.
Huh, that's an interesting combination.
Right? That's what I thought. And then I tried it. And I was like, okay, they're right.
Huh. You know what? Next time if I ever go to Canada, I say next time. If I ever go to Canada, I'm trying that. I wanna see. I'll take your word for it for now, but I do want to taste it on my own and see how it is.
It's like spicy and a little bit sweet and the umami and
Oh yeah. Yeah, hi Chips. I mean, look, no one in
What would you prefer? It was eel juice. Chips?
Yeah, no one in deep sea ink is a clam, so you got that right. And you're all like deep sea creatures, like deep sea like ink creatures, not normal creatures, right? So you'll be fine.
That being said, squid ink pasta is quite good.
Is it?
Oh, it's super tasty.
Oh, why don't you go ask Travis?
I'll hit him up. I'll milk Travis. That's the next stream.
Well, you heard it here, folks. You heard it here, folks.
That's why they say I'm your bi, but what's wrong with that? You know, people milk cows and no one thinks it's weird.
That's true, that's true. An invisible man milking a squid is unique. It's not something you would see every day. It's not something you would see at all because they're invisible, but you know.
It's true. Can you milk an eel? Is that a thing you can do? I don't know.
I'm sure you can.
Anyway.
Wait, what do you mean you're gonna have to try? Where do you mean you're gonna have to try?
Sometimes I think I just say things because I like their reactions. The fact that I can still shock them shakes me to my core.
You would expect nothing less. Bet. Oh wow. Okay. Well, I guess choose
Time and date, Chibs. Time and date.
Oh boy. No time in the future, and no time in the future.
I'm so sorry. I'm being worse than I am on my
Oh
own
no,
stream
don't
right
worry,
now.
don't worry. I am absolutely fine with that kind of stuff.
Oh good, oh good.
I'm not your buy per se, but I'm not say so.
No, that's very fair. That's very fair.
I wouldn't say I'm R18. Like I wouldn't say I'm like for mature audiences, but I would also not say that I'm kid friendly, kind of.
No, that's fair. That's actually like something we've been having to deal with lately, is the idea of like kid friendly. Is because like recently we've been getting a few younger fans into chat.
Right, right.
And love them to death, But like that becomes a question. You know, like do you change what you're doing on the risk of like, you know, saying something bad in front of a child, or do you just keep doing what you're doing?
Yeah, yeah. It's a very fine balance, because I think a lot of my audience from my side is like on the younger side compared to other like VTubers audiences, which is very weird almost, because a lot of them are way too versed in internet culture because they've grown up with it, I think.
I get that. I kind of okay, like I've been what do they call it? Eternally online? Too online. What's the words I'm looking for? Is it eternally online? I think it is. I've been eternally online like for a long time now.
Right, right.
Like way too long. But seeing these kids and I'm like, how do you know all these things?
They know a lot of things, but one thing I am very curious about is what do you do when, like, this isn't just for younger audiences, but what do you do when someone doesn't know chat etiquette? How do you go about explaining it to them?
That's actually something, that's something actually I really wanted to talk about today. I was going to talk about it later because I'm going to stream after this. But I could talk about it now. Today I was noticing in a chat that people were, I would personally like, I don't know, I guess I'm kind of a dad, so I'd be like, okay, settle, first of all, depending on how extreme it is. Like,
yeah.
There's been a couple people I think who came into our streams and came in with a bad attitude, in my opinion.
Of course, yeah. There will always be those kind of people.
But like, I think if you treat them with respect, you show them what you're trying to do here, and you act in a way where you just explain things to them, like, hey, we don't do that here. Thank you for coming though, glad to have you. But if you're gonna stay, you need to follow the rules, and the rules are in my description.
Yeah, right.
If I'm moderating someone else's chat, I'll just ban them. I think it's funny.
Well,
that's a joke. That's a joke for the records.
You guys,
Only done it once.
you better watch out. You better watch out. Casey's gonna get you banned on someone else's channel.
I was watching Sienna's stream. You guys, she's allowed to change the settings. Settle. I'll yell at them about that later, though.
Oh, I don't know what happened with that. What happened?
Oh, just some our member Sienna Fengar recently changed her auto mod settings to stop like paragraphs and links.
Oh, I see.
And chat wasn't exactly happy, and they kept bringing it up. Come on, guys. Her stream, her rules.
It's a very scary thing to do as a streamer, like from the streamer's perspective as well, because I think you're afraid that people like might not like you because of it, and
no, it's so true.
You can tell yourself all you want that you're not bothered by it, but at some point you are, and as a small streamer, every little thing counts as well.
It's absolutely true. It's terrifying. It is the thought like something you say could, because like you develop a connection to a lot of the people who you see in chat, and if sometimes it's like even that I was like afraid to say just because like I feel bad because like they weren't trying to be mean or anything. It's just like it was just a little bit rude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's terrifying. But the person, oh, thank you, Fred. No, it's not too big a deal. I sound way harsher than I actually feel. It was just like, yeah. But I'll be talking about it more on my stream. Yeah. No, but the one person who I actually look to in this regard, weirdly enough, is one of my favorite old YouTube creators. Just had this like fuck it attitude that I always loved. Where he was like, look, if you're here to see me, this is me.
Right. I mean, that's a pretty good like viewpoint.
And that's what I always try to move forward with, is like this attitude of like, look, I'm going to be unabashedly myself. If you want to see that, I'm here.
Right.
If not, that's fine. But I'm doing this. But at the same time, like I said, you know, you're doing this to make people happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's true. That's definitely true.
Yeah, it's such a conundrum in that sense. Hi, Molar Sal.
Hey,
Yes,
Molar.
I'm say so.
Yes, very say so. Talking about painting areas. Talking about things. Very specific.
Milking.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Milk is good for you, kids. Drink up.
Yeah, strengthens your bones.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, bones. That's exactly what. Yeah. Bones. Yeah. Look, we came from books to milking to chat to milking. It looks like we're gonna stay at milking for a bit.
Squid sounds good right now, honestly.
Ooh, don't let Pravis hear you that. Okay, no. I actually can't eat seafood. So
Really?
yeah. So
Wow, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, so I don't know how anything tastes. I don't know the taste of fish.
Oh wait, so it's like all seafood. It's not just like shellfish.
It's all seafood apart from salmon and seaweed.
That's so specific.
Yeah, it really is. like aquatic plants I can eat, and salmon.
Salmon is good though. At least you can enjoy some sushi.
That's true. I think salmon, it's because like they're not like 100% like fresh water, or they're not 100% salt water. Sorry, they're like half
that's
fresh
actually
water, half
yeah.
salt water. That's the only thing I can think of why it would just be salmon.
That's gotta be it. I have heard of someone having something like that before though.
Yeah,
I don't think you're the first person I've heard of having that.
it's very weird.
Yeah, it's too bad. Shrimp is delicious. I'm gonna make a shrimp cocktail after this, honestly.
Wait, you can make cocktails out of shrimp?
It's like a food where you like poach some shrimp and then chill them. And then you dip them in like this spicy chili sauce that's so good.
Oh, I see. Oh, that sounds. Oh, I'm getting hungry now.
My apologies. I also like to. That's another thing I'd like to do one day. Is like a. Oh, hi, Pravis.
Hey, Pravis.
Just talking about how much we wanted to enjoy you.
Yeah. Okay. Enjoy you. Enjoy. What kind of enjoy, Casey?
Deliciously.
Would you care to
I think
elaborate?
that works. I think that works. That could be interpreted multiple ways, right?
Yeah, it really could. You're really stretching on the line there. You're barely.
Yeah, I feel like I'm treading it.
You're barely alive. It's very open to interpretation right now. Very, very open to interpretation.
If I say too much more in that regard, they're really gonna get me. I'm always on watch for management. I don't know what their limits are with me nowadays.
Have you ever got bumped by them, actually?
Oh yeah, constantly. Yeah, like regularly. like sincerely, like a lot. they, they bonk me a lot. Like this week, they bonked me because I posted my schedule a day late. They were not happy about that.
Oh, I see.
And like frequently, they'll bonk me because I'll say some shit on stream. That I'm not supposed to, or I'll go. Well, typically they're fine with me being a little yabai, like a lot of yabai, like me on stream.
Yeah.
But they don't like it when I go into like Itzy or Sienna streams as a guest.
Oh,
and
I see.
it. Or like with Romeo, if I'm ever collabing with Romeo, I'm on my best behavior, of course.
Could you give us an example of your best behavior?
My best behavior is I'm a good lad who doesn't say anything too suspect, as it were. I talk about how much fun I'm having in the game, you know, and I appreciate my gen mates without teasing them too hard. Unless it's Amity, in which case I can take her down 8 pegs.
I see a very strong bias against certain people in your gen. For very specific things.
I try to match the vibes of whoever I'm collabing with, in a sense.
That's true. I feel that. I feel that. Sometimes a little too much.
Right. You start to just disappear into their channel.
Yeah.
Thanks, Travis.
The glasses are really fancy, and they're really well made as well.
Thank you. They're magic.
Oh. What kind of magic?
They as my mouth moves, you'll notice they move with it. As I talk,
I did realize that. Yeah, are they like?
Yeah, a lot of people I think don't notice that.
Are they glued to your eyes?
They're magically tied to when I blink, I can squish them. And they also are magically tied to my mouth. So as I talk and my mouth moves, so do they.
I mean, to be fair, it's the only way you can show expression right now, isn't it?
It's true. That's why they got them, because they're like, Casey, people need to see your face at least a bit. And I'm like, well, you do something, because painting it doesn't seem to work. And now, you know, they figured out these magical glasses that are tied to my whole face. And if I'm really feeling something intense, like we already showed, I can get angry, and they crack. And darken.
Yeah, I see that. Damn. How much can you move your face?
Like from side to side? Oh, quite a bit.
Like
I have a good neck.
How much can you like change your magic glasses? Like apart from like the
Oh, they can get quite wide. Like if I'm like really shocked, it like.
Oh wow, that is pretty big, yeah. I see.
If we swap glasses, Chibs, I don't think the magic transfers, but you'll have a very expressive pair of glasses on.
Well, that's. I mean, who wouldn't want a pair of expressive glasses? I mean, they're more useful than you by the sounds of it, but you know what? Everyone can use them at least.
It's true. Although I've never tried giving them to anyone else, so I don't know what would happen.
I've got an idea for something that I want to do later.
Oh, and you want? No, they're mine, Chibs. You can't have them. I need them.
Wait. There's the perfect thing that wait. Let me find this. There's something perfect for this. Wait. Wait. Let me get it up. Let me send it to you through Discord. Where is it? This.
Okay.
Whenever we talk about your expressive magic glasses, I'm very reminded of this. Also, that like comic in itself is just so freaking accurate.
It's so valid. That's so valid. So
one day.
I love those guys so much.
I know, they're great. Okay, not gonna lie, I changed from like Twitter to OBS, and I'm just like, wait, where's your face?
That's the thing. I think like some people have said like, even though I'm invisible, they start to imagine the face. and I'm always interested in what people see.
That's true.
You know what I
feel like-
mean?
I feel, yeah, I get that as well. I feel like you've got a very oval face. Like,
But you might actually, people might see a little more on my next outfit that they're designing for me.
I mean, for now, I can, whatchamacallit? Oh, you're invisible and my invisible. I just realized are the complete opposite.
It's true.
You get rid of literally everything.
Yep, and you just keep the face.
Yeah, there we go.
That's so funny.
It doesn't work as well, but it kind of works. Kind of works. Eh.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm leaning in a little for this.
Yeah. All right. There you go.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh God.
There we go.
I just.
That's so funny.
Oh. Wait. Oh. Wait. That's that. Wait. That's. Just hold on.
But
a minute.
honestly,
I'm malfunctioning a bit.
Oh, you got it. You got it.
There
Oh,
we go.
your powers are so unstable. What was I about to say? You know, that's the best part though about the glasses, is like, editing for thumbnails is amazing. It's just, it's just so great. You just put the glasses on someone, and it's like, oh yeah, Caecus.
Oh yeah. He's in the collab. You can tell. There's glasses.
Yeah. It's my branding.
Do you have a hex code?
Hex code.
Like a color?
Oh, like a defined color that's like mine?
Yeah.
It would probably be my shirt, yeah. That's
Ah.
kind of like what's attached to me. I don't remember what it was though. Creator sent it to me. I was supposed to.
Huh. It is.
Yeah, I would say it's like that red. It's that sort of maroon red.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say velvet, but that wasn't right. Wait, what's velvet?
It's the material.
God, I get look, my brain is filled with a bunch of names of colors, but I don't actually know what color they are. If you know what I mean.
It's
Wait,
so valid.
What does velvet look like? Oh yeah, no, that's Wait, which one's
That's
velvet?
the material that makes your elbows feel weird.
Oh, it's that really soft stuff that you like to like just gloss over a bit.
Mm.
I mean, it is. I mean, in the right lighting, I think your shirt can be velvet.
No, it's you know what? Canonically, sure.
He's just giving up. On
you know what material my shirt is made of actually?
Wool?
Boyfriend material.
Oh my god.
I said I needed to thirst trap more. I don't know what you expected.
Actually, out of curiosity, do you mind me asking your orientation?
My orientation?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Feel free to decline.
I might. I like the ambiguousness.
Alright.
I like no one really knowing. What I'll say is I watched people's reactions to my debut stream. And I'll never forget one person being like, "Is Caecus a bit fruity?" And that lives rent free in my brain.
I did look. I didn't want to say it, but I did get that vibe.
Look, if I was to describe it in a sense, I can't be pinned down.
I see. I get the gist of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very.
Because I'm a top. Sorry. Oh, I heard a disc.
I thought we were going for the ambiguity there.
Look, I always start by saying like, I'm never gonna say this. I need to be ambiguous. I'm a top.
Yeah. Well, that's fine. That's fine. You do.
Top is still ambiguous in terms of sexuality.
That is true. That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hope let's. Do you, wait. Oh, okay. Actually, do you have any? Have you ever been shipped with someone?
Yes, Chibs.
Really?
Uh-huh. There's a fic out there that exists that I will be reading on stream one day, of written by the lovely Manta Reika, of me and
course
Chibs.
it is.
It's a slash fic.
Of course, it's written by Reika. Why wouldn't it be?
It's good. It's good. I can't wait to read it. I get shipped with Romeo a lot.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I can kind of like see that, like, not gap moe, but the yin like yin yang kind of dynamic.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what people like.
Mm. It makes sense. Both are leaders of their VTuber groups, warm colors and wear glasses. I like how the defining feature, and like normally people don't think of the defining feature of someone as glasses, but in your case, there's literally like no other way we can do it.
No, it's really true. It's like I said, it's my whole brand.
I mean, it's your Oshi mark as well, isn't it?
It is. And I was worried about it because I know I'm technically sharing it with A-chan from Hololive, who is a manager. So I'm like, I don't think it counts as the same because she's a manager and I'm not. Anymore.
Anymore.
So yeah.
That's a weird one, picking your Oshi marks.
Yeah, I was very selective with it. I know like doing multiples is very popular, and sometimes I think I should have, but I don't know. I like the just one, but it took so long to pick everything. God.
Did you pick it, or like was there management intervention?
We would put our choices. We would submit them, and management would approve them.
Oh, right. I see.
So there was a long, like, approval process, in a sense. So, like, there's things like, I really want this, and they're like, no. And then some things that still ended up, like, outside of our control and really surprised us.
Oh.
So, and surprised management, too.
And what do you mean by that?
Oh, just certain things, like, I think it's pretty well known at this point that Sienna has been quite different than everyone expected. Positive. She's just I honestly I didn't expect it, but she's very herself on stream, in a sense where she's very sweet and wholesome and adorable. But like, I can tell you, no one thought that would be the case during like all pre-debut.
Right.
You could totally see that in her debut video if you watch it.
Wait, did you guys talk? How much did you guys talk pre-debut?
Oh, a ton. Like we met all the time. Like we moved in together before we debuted.
Oh, that's right. You guys do live together.
So like every day is an off collab.
Oh, I forgot about that. God, it's so weird to me. The idea that like again with Prism Moon and YoCast, that you guys like are together all of the time, and I can just hear like, well, mainly toxic, but but you know, just like in the background of everyone's. How does that work? Do you guys have soundproof?
Yes. We had to make some modifications to our ViyoCast mansion, as it were. And a lot of soundproofing went up.
Are the managers like as well?
No, management doesn't live with us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they keep their distance. They're quite responsible about that. Really only talking to us about business stuff on Sundays, the day we never stream.
Oh, wait, why is that?
Oh, that's our meetings day.
Oh, I see.
At the end of every week, we do breakdowns on the week. We go over all of our streams, how things are going, what our goals we'd like to reach in the next week, all that business stuff.
Right. What are those like? What are those like? Because, you know, as I said before, we don't have management in STYGIAN.
It keeps you focused, is what I would say, and it's also good for the ego. Which I don't need, but other people might.
You can never have too much ego.
I think so, you know, any streamer is bound to doubt themselves sometimes, and you begin to wonder what you're doing and why you're doing it, and am I doing the right thing? Is this the right path forward for me? And just having someone to be like, well, to say like, well, what do you, when you do this, what do you think that leads to? And they're
Hmm.
like, you're like, oh, I think it leads to this, this, and this. And they're like, okay, is that what you want? Is that the type of audience you want to cultivate? Is that the type of brand you want to go for? And it's like, yeah, I think it is. Okay, then have you considered doing this, this, and this on top of that? Like, no. I didn't. That's a good idea.
I see. Huh. That's...
And then it's just like, okay, you two have really good vibes when you stream together. Can we get more collabs out of you? Yeah, man. You want to do more collabs? Yeah, we can do more collabs. That kind of thing, you know?
Right. Huh. That's another thing about like collabs and like dynamics between like people you collab with. How much have you collabed outside of your cast?
Very lightly. I think I've only done like one before, and it's because I definitely want to collab, obviously, with DSI, but management is very protective of us, is what I'll say. They're very sensitive about who we're allowed to collab with, in a sense. And they want the channel to not be too far away from, you know, our own branding and whatnot.
Right.
Yeah. But, you know, there's obviously wiggle room. But yeah, it's just like the process of getting approved takes a while. So I don't ask for too many.
I see.
Once someone gets approved, they're just good. Essentially, unless, you know, their content really changes suddenly.
Right.
But yeah, it's something I don't do too much. Yeah.
Do you...
And it's just like...
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Well, it's also just like, you know, when you get to know people, it's so easy to collab with them.
Yeah, it really is.
And sometimes it feels like honestly, I feel like one of the main reasons I do collabs nowadays is I'm like, I'm so tired and I need someone else to lift half the weight of the stream for me.
Oh my god, you have no idea. You have no idea. I don't know. Sometimes you have like... I will say this, and I hope I'm not gonna say any names, but there are times where I did invite people on to like collab and we didn't really vibe, and sometimes I was like, ooh, that may have been...
It's hard, right? Like, if you're not clicking with the person, if the conversation isn't flowing, you're now no longer like carrying the weight of a single streamer. It's like you're carrying two.
Yeah.
Versus like when you're working with someone, it feels like neither one of you is carrying any weight at all.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. Sometimes you can definitely tell how much like you're thinking of a stream as a stream. Sometimes you can just think of a stream as, you know, just playing with friends.
Just hanging out.
Yeah, but there's definitely times where you have to think like, oh yeah, I have to like create content and that kind of stuff. Especially when you're with other people.
It's true. And like that's one thing YoCast management talks to us about a lot is the constant reminders of like, you are not just hanging out. You are content creators, and you have to remember that. Because me and Romeo are really bad about that. On our Halo Tuesday stream, sometimes we're just playing the game, and it's like, no, we have a job.
Do you ever get those times where you get too immersed in the game that you don't talk?
I try not to. So like in getting ready to start streaming, we actually did months of rehearsals.
Oh.
Like as groups and solo, where like we had to watch back our streams, our fake recorded streams, and like listen back to them and like look for those moments of silence and feel how long they actually are.
Oh.
So now I'm hyper aware of every second that I'm not talking.
Oh, okay. That is a good thing and a bad thing, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Because the fact that I don't want to stop speaking is sometimes a distraction from my conversational topic.
Oh,
and I have to, like, take
very
a
true.
breath.
That is very true. Especially, yeah, there are times definitely where, sometimes even where you would talk perfectly just fine, and you're like, da 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 da, but all of a sudden you're like, oh, I need to create content, and then you forget what you were talking about.
Oh yeah, so often I'll be like, was I just talking about chat? And they never tell me. Not just kidding, they often do. Not fast enough. There's too much of a pause, chat. I need you on the ball.
Rip stream delay.
Stream delay kills me every time. I'm like, yeah, I want to ask chat what they think. Stream delay. Need to move on before there's too long a pause.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I think one thing that does help is that you answer your, like, try to answer your own question.
Mm-hmm.
Like, while they're, like, responding, or while the stream delay's happening.
Mm-hmm. That tends to be how I handle it, is with a little like, what do you think of this? You know, when I think about it, I think blah, 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 blah. But then what'll happen is I'm like, ah, yes. Now I'm talking again. No longer need to worry about asking for a response.
Yeah.
Let's go on this tangent that just came up.
I mean, look, tangents are the life fruit. I believe tangents are the life fruit of, like, streaming in terms of content.
Oh yeah, they're absolutely like divine. But that's why honestly, before I stream, like I do like an hour of prep where like I'll write down topics.
You would?
Oh yeah, every stream.
Holy crap, that is dedication right there.
If I burn through what, sometimes I'll revisit one a few times just because I'm really passionate about it. Like I've talked about the Yocast visual novel a handful of times and the sort. But typically I'll also put ones that like, you've talked about this too much, don't touch on it. And I keep that on a monitor next to me while I stream.
Oh really? Oh, wow, I might actually start doing that, because for me, I just think of stuff on the spot and just hope it goes.
It helps so much. It's not to say every stream, I guess, is an over an exaggeration. You can really feel when I've done it and when I haven't, is what I would say. Because there's a couple streams where like, we can call them chill streams. That's a great name for them. But the reality is that I haven't prepped enough. I haven't given myself enough time to think.
Right.
And it leads to a slower pace. And I don't know. I'm someone who I think like my strength as a creator ties into my ability to speak on a topic with at least some degree of, I don't want to say education, but knowledge, I will say. And it's something I'm very good at. The rest of Yocast and my personal friends call it Caecus rants, where I'm just like, you know what? No, we're gonna talk about how this works, how this exact like media technique or like writing idea or this thing is functioning right now, and we're gonna go into that and how it works, and I'm gonna talk about that for 30 minutes. And like that's something I really take a lot of pride in, is my ability to do that. And I think it's one of my greatest strengths as a creator. Like when we were talking about adaptation earlier, that I would count that as a Casey rant.
Yeah. Oh, it's something I personally find that I struggle a lot with, especially because I don't really, it's not that I don't talk, but streaming is kind of the first thing I've done where I, like actually converse or like use my mouth.
I absolutely get that. Like I so get that.
I am not used to like speaking. Like I look, before I streamed, I did not really do public speaking in the Void. It wasn't a thing I did.
That's fair.
In the Void, there wasn't a lot of people to talk to. And when you would find people, there would be even less in terms of similarities. So it's like conversational skills are not my forte, which is kind of ironic, seeing as I chose to do streaming. But I guess, yeah, it's
and an interview show. But no, you're doing great. I actually do want to say you're doing an amazing job. I never would have guessed that you didn't have like experience in this.
No, I've got no idea how to do this stuff. Like one thing I can say I'm confident in is that I talk a lot, but sometimes my brain just like empties and then I don't talk at all. So it's really like a, how do I say this? Like a, I keep on thinking of the word gap moe, but that's not right. It's like really, I'll just use polarizing again. It's really polarizing because it's just, sometimes I can like spit out like bars, and then other times I just can't think of
Spitting
anything.
bars.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's like I absolutely understand that. That's why like I have some things that like I know I can always speak on, even if they tend to get, I think, a little repetitive for my absolutely delightful repeat viewers. Just these things that I know I can that have like scripts in my brain that I can just go off on.
Have you ever found that like have you ever found that you don't necessarily have a not brain but like vibe? Like we talked a bit about this before, but like for me personally, I'll say sometimes, as I said, I talk a lot, sometimes I don't talk that much. Sometimes I'm very chaotic, sometimes like I don't, like I'm pretty low energy. So do you find yourself trying to like stabilize into one particular kind of vibe?
I would say I honestly like I've thought about this a lot because like all of YoCast I've heard people have said we have very specific vibes, is what people have told us quite often. What was it Mabu said the other day to me? He was watching my stream and he posted on Twitter about it. He called me an experience. But it's I think I have a consistent vibe for the most part. It at least it's closer to a piece of classical music that makes a journey than I would say like a playlist. It's closer to an album than a playlist. Does that make sense?
I kind of get what you mean, yeah.
But I don't necessarily ever feel like I have to try. You know what I mean? Like it's just it feels natural. It feels like Casey.
Right. Huh. So, this going slightly off topic again. What would you say, because I know a lot of people struggle with this, myself included as well. If you were to try and stick with something, what would you like? What would you give any specific advice for those kinds of people?
To stick with like one specific vibe?
Yeah.
Or energy?
I find that especially because people come and watch you because you're you. But if you're multiple yous, that becomes a bit of
can get a little confusing.
Blurry point, yeah.
Okay. So my advice here is a little complicated and a little interesting. To me at least. I hype myself up. Interesting. Wow, look at me go. No, it's when you're a streamer, when you're a streamer, when you're a content creator, you fundamentally have to think of yourself as a performer, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You are. And there's no getting around that. There's no avoiding it. It's a performance. It's an honest performance. I promise. You're getting as much of me as you can. But it is a performance, in a sense. There's a stage. And in a sense, you are writing as you stream. It's not Shakespeare, you know, it's not Tolstoy, but you are writing. You're writing your dialogue as you talk. You know what I mean? And if you're writing, then you're a character. Does this make sense thus far?
Yeah, I get that so far.
Yeah. And the important thing to consider when creating a character is understanding depth. It's understanding how they exist in the world. So understanding how you exist in the world fundamentally will create you to be more consistent in a sense. You have to, I guess the vibe I would say is get to know yourself as best you can, because it'll make a more honest and genuine and consistent performance. I think a lot of people, at least from what I've seen, not saying it's you, not saying it's anyone who you know, but what I've seen from some streamers who tend to bounce around a lot, and I found this in myself at certain points, do so because you lose confidence with the performance you were previously putting on, and you think the audience doesn't like it. So you switch gears like you're going up a different hill. When fundamentally those people are there, they are watching you, they want to see what you've been doing thus far. You need to take a breath, you need to breathe, and then you need to continue doing what you're doing as best you can and as best you can understand it.
That's an interesting approach to it.
Yeah, it's just like know yourself. You know what I mean? Like fundamentally, you just have to be able to look at yourself and say, well, this is who I am, and this is how I react to things. Why would I ever do anything but?
How? No, okay, no, I get what you mean. I get what you mean.
Yes, and once again, it's not an attack. Like I think there is, like I really want to say this isn't speaking down on if you do switch. This is just my own personal experience.
Yeah, of course. I've got a few more questions because we are nearing the end mark.
Oh yeah, we are.
Wait, did I even tell you about the end mark?
No.
Okay, so yeah, generally Blurry Lounges I put on for about 2 hours or so because I don't want it. It's kind of those things where I want to get like. Look, 1 hour isn't enough to talk to someone, but like.
It's true.
Having like. Digestible, I guess. Like I want these to kind of be.
Hey man, I hit 2 hours with every single one of my streams too.
Yeah.
it's the golden zone. I get it. Yeah.
It's also good for like. I don't know. I want these to kind of be like, even if you don't watch them live, you can still watch them kind of things. And,
and if it's like, 8 hours, who's going to watch that?
Yeah, exactly. And if someone's busy, 2 hours is more digestible. So yeah, I've set these to around, 2 hours. Obviously, we can go a bit over, a bit under. Like, it's not strictly 2 hours. It's just like a guideline kind of thing. But I asked this to pretty much everyone. And actually, okay, I've got to say there's 2 questions I have for you. First question is, what advice would you give to people who are just starting content creation or thinking of starting content creation of any capacity?
Start. Just do it. 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 Oh my God, just do it, please. For your sake, for everyone's sake in the world, you have something beautiful to share. Share it. Trust me, it is, because it's from you. Because everyone is beautiful. And if someone truly wants to make something, it will be beautiful. Do it. Like, fundamentally. As the great Calliope Mori once said, start creating, stop tweeting, guys. Controversial. My apologies.
No. I listen to Off With Their Heads a lot.
I love Off With Their Heads. But no, it is fundamentally there's a saying. I've worked in theater in the past, and there's a saying in theater that you should take into every artistic project. I think you ever do, and that is, with one more week of practice, with one more week of rehearsal, it would have been perfect.
Huh.
Because there will always be one more week. There will always be one more week. After more week of rehearsal, oh damn, with one more week of rehearsal, it would have been perfect.
Oh, I see.
It's a sarcastic saying.
Yeah, no, but I do get what you mean though. It
will never be perfect. You will never be perfect. Don't shoot for that. Shoot ideally for presentable.
I do get that, yeah.
Like, if it's something you care about, invest into it. Get a mic. Get a good one. Because that's most of what people will hear. Yeah. Learn how OBS works if you're streaming. If it's streaming you're getting into. But essentially, if you're a painter, buy your brushes and then paint. And apply that to every other artistic form.
Would you say the same for, like, all types of content creation?
Absolutely. Yeah, look, you're going to look back at your starting stuff, and it is cringe, because you are cringe. But you are also free.
That is true, that is true. Quote.
I am cringe, but I am free.
I'm cringe, but I am free.
It's never going to be perfect. Your first video, look, in all of history, no one's first anything was worth anything. Beethoven's first song he wrote, it probably wasn't that good.
Right.
Like Shakespeare's early plays kind of suck in comparison to the later ones, not going to lie. They're mid. Well, Henriad's good. Anyways,
Wait, which one was good? Which one was good?
the Henriad. I love the Henriad. The quadrilogy.
Yeah. No, those were good.
But you know, it's like your early work's always going to suck. It will. And you know what? That's cute. It's adorable. Look at you go. The internet's both a nice place and a cruel place. But if there's anything I found to be true, it's that, especially in these niche communities like VTubing or like any of these smaller communities, you will find people who will welcome you and who will help you grow. But you can't grow if you don't get any sunlight. Get out there and create.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Well, yeah. I mean, even if you're just like you just got a PNG. Do it. Do it. Someone will like it. Someone will like it, and it'll mean something.
That is. Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's something you have to first try it out as well to be like, not even to be sure, but to know about it. Like, to experience something is definitely very different from like just thinking about it, or just contemplating. Have you heard of that theory where it's like someone's learned all about color but never seen color? Is that better than a person who knows nothing about color but can see?
No, that's a good point. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying there. Yeah, because it is, you fundamentally don't understand what the experience is like. Like, you can never truly anticipate it until you're there, right? Right?
Oh,
like,
you definitely. Content creation, there's so much about content creation that I did not consider at all before I started. It's a very multifaceted, not career, but like, whatever it is to you, it's very multifaceted. It's
artistic endeavor.
Yeah, artistic endeavor. It's not something you can, like, I would not think about, like, how to promote myself or how to, I don't know, branding if I never started VTubing.
Wait, I actually might have another piece of advice for content creators.
Oh, go ahead.
If you don't mind.
Go ahead.
The other big one I have, and this is a bit like my perspective, so please, grain of salt. Fundamentally, I really truly believe everything is a story. And everything is meant to be experienced as a story. You are a story, your streams are stories, your music is a story. View it like that. Tell a story. As long as you have a narrative, people will want to hear it. So it's something I've found to be true in my own work.
I think I agree with that one too.
But that one comes after getting started. Like, that is a much harder step.
There's a bit of gap between the two, but I get what you mean, yeah. The last question I have for today is actually not my question.
Oh.
So I'm not gonna lie. The person who previously was on Blurry Lounge will ask the next person on Blurry Lounge a question. But I forgot to do that last time. So I'm gonna I'm gonna ask you the question that I was given 2 Blurry Lounges ago.
Okay.
Do you like eels?
Wait, I need to look straight at the camera for this one. I adore them.
was that supposed to be that? That was. Do I do it again? Do it again? Oh my god, that tilting of the head. Wait, okay. This is a personal request from me. Can you tilt your head and go, I want that. I love that so much.
I have a very good neck. I need it. Otherwise, what am I expressing, you know?
Yeah, that is true. That is true. So you do like eels? You do like eels?
I'm a big fan.
What part? What do you like about eels?
The milk.
Nah, I knew you were gonna say that. Okay. Yeah, you sure about that, Chiefs? This is where stream latency is not the best.
Yeah. She's gonna find out what I just said very soon.
We'll give it a second. We'll give it. Yeah, we'll. Ooh. Yeah. Well, if you like that answer, I'm glad, Cheebs. We'll leave it at that. Yeah, you perfect answer, right? Yeah, exactly. You said it out of your own mouth. So, yeah. I guess that fanfic might come into fruition then. Okay then. Without further ado, I think we'll end it here for now.
Fantastic.
I do look forward to more collabs in the future should we do them.
Absolutely.
But yes. Well, I guess Chips likes invisible people, so you're on the right
Chibs,
path.
I know you like me. That's what makes this so much fun for me.
Oh my god. Before we leave, do you have anything that you want to promote?
What was it? There was something we're doing. There was something big. Oh god, what was it? You're gonna get mad at me for this. I suppose I'll be streaming after this. Directly after this, probably about on the 20 minutes. Not 20, but 10, 13 from now, maybe 50, maybe a little more. 20 or 25. I'll be playing Minecraft. We're gonna be finishing up the YoCast mansion in Minecraft.
Ooh.
I'm building one. It's quite fun. I'm having a delight. Oh yes, and I should ask a question for the next guest.
Okay, I was about to say. I didn't want to disturb you, but yes. What would you ask the next person?
If you could make anything, any art, what's your dream project?
Ooh, okay, let me write that down. If you could... Wait, say that again?
What is your dream artistic project?
Is your dream artistic project. Got it. Okay. Alright then. Thank you for being on the show. On my humble little blurry lounge.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been an absolute delight.
Well, I guess without further ado, everyone, have a good morning, have a good afternoon wherever you are, have a good day, have a good week, have a good month, have a good year, and I'll see you all some other time. Bye-bye!
Bye-bye!